What up, anime fans? It's Gozen and Kid Kai here, and today we're discussing episode 41 of Dragon Ball Super. Before we start, I just want to say shout out to all the Christian Orthodoxes out there celebrating Easter today. All of Anime Opera is Christian Orthodox, so we're definitely celebrating it. Anyways, let's get back to business. Kid Kai, initial thoughts.
Well, okay, let's start things off where the episode starts off with the Omni King. Where to begin with this? Again, I've discussed this so much in the last one, I don't want to smother you guys with this, but the thing is, again, I'm not satisfied with the way he sounds. He sounds so childish to me, honestly. Like, I have to mention this, I don't want to smother you guys too much with it, but, like, it's so underwhelming, and honestly, to be quite frank with you, after the last episode, I'm really not surprised. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that definitely that's shown to be like the creator's motif. I guess often we're seeing this more and more. Even like like the really strong guys seem to appear childish, and now even the voice is childish. So definitely not loving it, but we'll see. We'll see the story behind that because we haven't seen any power from him. We've just seen the fear other people have. And Kid Kai raised an interesting point. It's like, why have bodyguards if you're the strongest? You know, it happens. Like, there are strong characters who sometimes just don't feel like fighting, so they have bodyguards. But who knows? Maybe he'll be revealed to be not as powerful as people think, right?
Well, I mean, depending on which translation you've seen with which subs, it's been stated by Beerus that he could wipe out all 12 universes with the blink of an eye. So, I mean,
In an instant, yeah.
in an instant, he is basically the god of the Dragon Ball, whatever you want to call it. It's not universe because apparently it's universes, dimensions. He is the omnipotent. He is the Judeo-Christian version of God, and from what we've seen so far. All in all, I'm not very happy about that. Not that there's a god in there, but I'm not satisfied with the fact that there's such a character so far out that, like, it's becoming
It's
too...
it's an unrealistic goal to beat, right? Like, it's not like Goku can potentially like defeat him, right? It's just too much. He can destroy the whole reality that
Yeah,
exists.
they've basically introduced a character that Goku will never reach. It's just not possible.
Which we're not really fans of, right? It's like you want Goku's. We'll see, but Goku's motivation has always been to be the strongest warrior. So is Vegeta's, and now it seems like people are getting stronger and stronger. We see. Remember when Shenron, who was always considered like so powerful, is like sweating when he sees Beerus, right? And then we have the exact same situation right now when Beerus sees the Omni King. So, or Omni God, is it? What is it?
Omni King, Omni
Yeah,
God, King
whatever.
of everything varies on translation, but the
So pretty much, it's getting kind of ridiculous. You know, as soon as we get someone possibly catching up to Beerus, now we have someone who's completely out of Beerus's league. So that wasn't great.
Yes, I agree with you. And the thing is, we've always had an introduction of new characters, and there have always been gaps and big gaps. But this seems to be a gap they can't. They just simply can't. There's just simply no way. There's no way to surpass this. Like, every single character is an insect to the Omni King. He just blinks and everything's gone. You can't, no matter how, he can wipe you out of existence no matter how powerful you get because that's how strong he is. He has no limits. His powers are endless. They're infinite from what has been implied. And, you know, that's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of going back to, like, the way comics were when they introduced the presence or the one above all is, like, these Judeo-Christian version of God. And it's, like, he's so far out above strong. Like, you don't need to introduce those kind of characters. You know, it's cool. I don't mind having, like, divine hierarchy and all that. That's cool. I've always liked, like, studying gods of different religions and stuff like that, personally. But, like, to be honest with you, they should have just introduced a character that was, let's say, going back to the scaling thing where Goku was a 6, Beerus was a 10, Whis was a 20. Maybe the Omni King, if they wanted him to be the strongest, should have been... Sorry, did I say Whis was a 20? I meant 15, sorry. Where Whis is a 15, the Omni King should have been like a 20 or a 25. but you know they made.
I mean, like seriously,
You might as well
it might be just infinity right now.
It just for now it's an infinity. You can turn that 8 sideways and make it an infinity
Yeah.
sign right now because that's just beyond ridiculous.
Well, let's look at the rest then. So, Omni King leaves, and then we go on to get the Dragon Balls, right? And I know a lot of people speculated that the Dragon Ball was the planet, and it definitely turned out to be that way. You know, that was cool. That was cool. Maybe a little unrealistic, just because it's like, what are the chances? But you know, fuck it. It's Dragon Ball Super. This isn't like Tolstoy. We don't need to have it all mapped out beautifully and realistically. But what did you think, Kid Kai, of the dragon?
Not bad, honestly, not bad. Like, it's interesting that he has, like, the golden color and stuff like that. It's almost like an Egyptian theme that's sticking to it. He kind of reminds me, in a sense, because, like, the winged dragon of Ra in Yu-Gi-Oh! Was
Well,
also
to me,
golden.
it reminds me of Blue Eyes White Dragon mixed with Winged Dragon of Ra. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
because
that's exactly what it reminds me
the
of.
face completely like Blue Eyes White Dragon.
He's pretty cool, you know. I like, you see him eat like a planet that resembles Saturn, and this guy's galactic size.
Yeah,
he's bigger than
and
galactic.
literally, it's like, for us, Saturn was like smaller than like a little piece of candy. Like, it was crazy. So really, the dragon is huge, and the animation was really cool. Like, I liked it a lot. There was the whole planets, the seeing galaxies. It was really cool. And the dragon, I gotta say, it's as poor as the King of All was. Like, that's how good the animation for the dragon was, which at least it didn't upset there. It wasn't like a little turtle dragon.
Yeah, it wasn't something stupid like that made you like kind of like laugh at it. Like,
So we'll give him that, yeah.
we'll give him that. What was I going to say? Okay, so it was also kind of interesting, weird that they got swallowed by the dragon, and then like they ended up with like some kind of nucleus version. I don't know. That was a bit of a confusing explanation. And so, what do you think of Beerus's wish that he made to restore the Earth 6 universe in Universe 6 Earth? And have it resemble the Universe 7's Earth, where they have great food. What do you think of that?
Beerus, like, we've seen this character in anime before, right? He doesn't want to be considered a good person. Like, he wants to look like he is, you know, up to no good, doesn't really have feelings. But this wish definitely shows that he is a caring, selfless person. Like, even though his brother won, and, you know, brother rivalries, I have a brother, like, it can get bad, but even though he won, he could have done whatever he want. He chose to replace Earth for his brother. So it really shows that this character, I mean, I've seen it up till now, like, we knew it already, but it reaffirms that he's not evil, right? There's a yin, there's a yang. His role is to be the destructor, but he's not an evil person. It's definitely clear, and this shows it better than anything else. And we've seen it throughout. So I think that's cool, that it's definitely showing us that you can't judge a book by its cover, right?
Yeah.
In the first movie, we thought, oh man, this guy's bad. At the end of the movie, we're like questioning it, and now we know for sure that he's not a bad guy.
Yeah, I think he personally likes to keep his stance on things neutral. If you from the Frieza movie where he tells Frieza he's neutral, he takes no sides in anything.
But then he does, right?
Yeah, he does a
it.
lot of times. And you know what's interesting? He restores life and restores the planet, which is actually quite opposite of what his job is as a Hakaishin, or a god of destruction, which is supposed to be destroying life throughout the universe. Yeah, all in all, it is what it is. It's interesting. You know,
And
you
I
definitely
love,
brought up.
it's beautiful how Whis brings it out of him, right? Whis always teases him about it, and I love it. I love it because he's like, oh, that was nice of you to do. And he's like, no, I just did it so he'll owe me one, you know? Like, he won't admit to just doing something nice, but we know it is, and it makes it so much sweeter when characters like that act nice, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. And, you know, he loves to keep his tough persona because, you know, he is supposed to be the most feared of the gods so far. until the Omni King has been shown. Even though I do think personally it's a bit ridiculous how they react to him. I don't know why they'd be so scared of him, even though like he's been shown to be extraordinarily friendly by Shuriken Goku's hand and everything like that.
I
And
love Goku. Like, that was hilarious. He just lifts him up. Like, oh man, that's Goku for you. Like, he just doesn't care, and it goes to show the Omni King doesn't really care. It's people who supposedly know his role, but I mean, really, he doesn't seem like a guy who cares about roles that much. He's just nice, and he brings up the idea a tournament with all 12 universes, which is very interesting. Let's talk about that a bit.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's probably the most interesting thing that I've seen thus far mentioned in the episode, and like I am personally very, very excited. I'm going to make a prediction right now. Come the great, I don't know, the grand supreme tournament of all 12 universes, my prediction is you're going to see a lot of terrible character designs. That's my prediction.
That's
I know
probably true.
It's a bit of pessimism, but it's not like super pessimism because we've been showing it throughout Super a lot right now. Especially the last like 10 episodes, we've been shown a lot of bad character designs.
Yeah, but hopefully, like as we've seen with Hit and the Dragon, we'll have plenty of good ones to balance out the bad ones.
Yeah, of course. We'll see definitely good ones too. And
I'm psyched. I'm psyched about that.
I'm psyched to see Hit again. Yeah. I like Champa. I can't wait to see him again.
I can't wait to see the strategies that other universes will use, because I feel like almost one universe is like one way of thinking. Almost, and now I feel like all these different universes are gonna have all these different styles of fighting.
I agree,
which is gonna be very interesting.
It's gonna be interesting.
And remember, guys, 6 and 7 are mirror universes, so they're very similar to each other, right? So these other universes are gonna be completely different.
Right.
Not even So we're gonna
some are same, right? Because like 1 and 12 mimic each other. 2 and 11.
From what we've seen. Because
Yes,
we only seen 6 and 7, right?
Right.
So these, from what we've seen, are gonna be completely different, and it's gonna be like a really huge chance for the creator to exercise his creativity. So I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait. I hope it's not the one dark after this one. The one that's coming up is like a 3 or 4 episode development of character, like character development. That's what it is. I hope it's not the one right after it. I hope there's maybe 1 or 2 after that arcs doing other things and then returning to that.
Yeah, because Goku needs to get stronger. There's no way he's gonna stand a chance as things stand right now.
I don't want it just to be like a tournament format for majority of the anime, but
exactly. Even though we love tournaments, oh dear God, in Dragon Ball Z, whenever we went to a tournament, like when Cell proclaimed the tournament, I went crazy because I love tournaments. But we can't have just tournaments, right?
Yeah,
we need to balance it out.
I loved it too. Like I watched Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball had the most tournaments, more than Dragon Ball Z. And the thing is it's nice, but you don't want it to dominate the whole thing. You want an in between thing, kind of the way Dragon Ball did it. But yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be great. We're gonna see some extraordinarily powerful characters that may even surpass Beerus. Because if you seen the dubbed version, I don't know how accurate it is, but Beerus said that they've spawned some warriors more powerful than him and Goku, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, can't wait. Alright, so that's it for today, guys. What's your concluding thought, Milos?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, he just revealed my real name, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. My final thoughts is I give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? Yeah, definitely. I'd agree with that. 8 out of 10. Solid episode. Guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back at you next week.
See you later, Space Cowboys.